drivers through that intersection.
And we're showing you this intersection here to let you know that, like you said, Tracy, this is not just about the campus. It's not just about that border that is McEachern High School. The Cobb County community right now is disheveled dealing with this response with, police officers. And I can see these vehicles here are police officers. We can read that vehicle there on the left. Cobb County Police there responding, blocking this intersection, Macklin, Lost Mountain. It looks like they're allowing one lane of traffic to go through, and they've got the other lane completely blocked off, and you can see on the left side of your screen, there are slow movement, slow vehicles moving through as police officers manually direct traffic from all four directions. Those traffic lights are not what's calling the shots right now. Those police officers are the ones directing traffic for obvious reasons as they get parents, I'm sure, a swarm of parents, a large number of parents coming to that reunification spot where we are waiting on the details regarding the reunification of the students and the parents and what happened there today as soon as that chief speaks.
And, Alan, we've learned some new information from Cobb County. The Cobb County government says students who drove to school, they will be released momentarily, and the buses will be allowed to continue on their normal route. So this is some good news, things starting to open up a bit. The campus has been secured. Parents, though, should still avoid the campus. They still want you as parents, if you have not left home yet, and you want to go pick up your students, still want you to go to the church that is nearby the school. We're going to put that up on a graphic for you momentarily. But once again, we're learning that students who drove to school, they will be released from campus. That code red, if not all the way lifted, at least partially lifted, so those students can go home and go about their day. And buses, they'll be able to take students home. Those buses can continue on their normal routes as well shortly. So certainly, Alan, these are signs that the investigation could be wrapping up, that investigators and police have all the information, well, most of it anyway, that they need to have to send us some information about what's going on right now.
And if you think, Tracy, about the impact we're talking about, in the community, we don't know what else in that area could be impacted or affected or locked down. If you've got a business in that area, you're hearing these reports, you're understanding there was a shooting nearby and it was on a school campus. There are a couple of other schools in that area. We're reaching out to them to check in to see if their operations were obstructed in any way from this shooting. It's a very popular area for the most part. And right now it remains active, but that good news, again, campus has been secured. Parents, you can come get your students if you'd like. And the students that drove to campus, the juniors and seniors who have their licenses, you'll be able to leave the campus. Those students will be able to leave the campus here shortly. That's all according to the Cobb County government, who's been providing Atlanta News First updates and the public updates as this has gone on. And as you hear my voice, and as we look at these aerials of the scene, we are still waiting on the Cobb County Police Chief to speak to what has happened on campus, hopefully provide some more details, and maybe be able to provide some closure to what has happened. Maybe this has been handled from front to back and they're ensuring all their ducks in a row before they tell the public. But the good news is more progress here in this investigation. The campus has been secured. We just got that update. No word again, we're not going to assume that code red is lifted, but they are moving students out. They're getting them home. They're getting back to normal operations. They're returning to, I guess, cleaning up the aftermath of this mess here on campus. But really getting all those students out safely home is the #1 priority, as it should be. And I'm sure parents and teachers and students share that mindset alike. And so as we again wait for Chelsea Bindford here, as we cross over into about 3:38, 3:39 p.m. this afternoon, we've been rolling on this one for now more than an hour. Police chief, police deputies waiting to give us an update on what's happening there at McEachern High School, Tracy.
All right, we do want to head out to Atlanta News First, Chelsea Bindford. We're going to hear from her as we continue to focus there on the microphone. So, Chelsea, if you can hear me, can you just give us a brief update of what you've learned? I know, details are still coming in. We are waiting to hear from the sheriff right now in Cobb County. But what can you tell us there from the ground, not too far from McEachern High School?
Yeah, Tracy, we are at the media staging area right now. It's about 4 miles from McEachern High School. We are waiting for Cobb County Police Chief Stuart Van Hooser to provide us with an update. We're told that we're waiting for a campus police officer to arrive at this location before we get some more details. Again, we know 2 people have been shot. Neither of them were students, but we are working to get some more details for you at home. We know there's also a video circulating on social media of this possible shooting, which we're also trying to get verified from police to determine if that is the video from the shooting that happened at McEachern High School this afternoon. But right now, we are waiting with other media to get an update from Cobb County Police.
And Chelsea, not to put you on the spot here, but do we know possibly why? Or is there more than one scene that police are looking at? We can see part of the roadway blocked off and police kind of directing traffic. Are they looking for someone else? Is the scene not just isolated to there in the parking lot at McEachern High School?
We haven't been told anything yet, Tracy. We know that they haven't said if anybody is in custody. We know earlier they were still searching for the alleged shooter. But from where we are down the street, we're not able to see the high school or if there is a separate scene. Again, we're about a couple miles down the road waiting to get that update from police.
Can you hear me? There we go. Okay, so Chelsea, now that we still have you here, have you seen any parents or students around you that have been coming through that parking lot? I'm not sure if they'd still be coming through at this hour. I know you've been there a little bit. Have you spoken to any of them yet? Have you seen any of them?
That's actually at a separate church, Alan. There's another reunification center where parents are being allowed to pick up their students from the school. I know Carly Barnett is on her way to that location. So where we are just with police officers and haven't been able to speak with any parents and students. That's on a separate location.
Understood. Thank you for that clarification there. So you guys are waiting. Now, I know we're waiting on the chief to speak to us, to let us know what's happening. Any kind of timeline on when we could expect to hear from the chief? I know a lot of Cobb County residents and Metro Atlanta residents want to know what's going on.
Yeah, we should be hearing from them in just the next couple of minutes. Like I said, we are waiting for a Cobb County Schools police officer to possibly join them for this press conference. So we are on standby here just waiting to hear from police.
All right, Chelsea, we'll check back with you in just a few minutes. If we can, Chelsea mentioned where they are staging is at one church where Cobb County Police more or less have an area that they want to cordon off the media in. This is another location, though, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, where you as parents, if you are at home right now and you are concerned about your child and you have not gone to pick them up yet, maybe they ride the bus and they are not on the bus yet, here is where you can go and lay hands, lay eyes on your child, make sure they are safe, pick them up and take them back home. It's at 2595 New Macklin Road in Powder Springs. That is where you can go. Officials telling us to use Richard D. Sailors Parkway or travel, or also head to New Macklin Road, south from Macklin Road, will be closed. So there are some road closures in that area when you head to 2595 New Macklin Road to reunite with your child who's a student at McEachern High School. Again, this is a story we continue to follow as we get bits and pieces of new information. What we do know at the crux of this is what happened possibly around 2:30 this afternoon. 2 people shot in the parking lot there, McEachern High School. Those 2 people not currently McEachern High School students. That is the word from the Cobb County School District. At the time, the school was put on code red, meaning students could not get out. Buses were not running, not picking up students, taking them home. That has somewhat lifted, Alan. We don't know if it has fully been lifted yet, but we got word recently that buses can now go about their normal route. Students who are able to drive their own vehicle and have their own vehicle there on campus can now get in their car and head home. What we also know about the 2 individuals shot, non-life-threatening injuries. Don't know if they were being treated there in the parking lot of McEachern High School. You can see in that video from Atlanta News First, those 2 ambulances there. Not sure if those victims were being treated there. Not sure if there is another person that police are looking for. This is certainly a vehicle, the black one there, surrounded by police tape, that no doubt police are focusing on.
And we cannot reiterate enough, even as we look at these images of what remains a very active scene there on McEachern High School campus, we can tell you that campus has been secured. That is coming from the Cobb County government. This is a live image right now from where the police chief is expected to be speaking. I don't see him in this group of officers here. I don't see him there, but we are waiting, and officers are gathering there right now. This is a new live image we're getting right away from the podium, which is a separate location from where that reunification is happening. Chelsea Bynford just told us we were waiting on a school resource officer to make his or her way to the parking lot. And that might be the chief there, Tracy, that looks a little bit like the chief who just got out of that SUV.
Yes, it does.
Okay, yeah, so that is the chief. He just got out of that vehicle, so we are going to see if he's going to be making his way to the microphones to speak with the media about what is happening here. Hopefully that is his next stop here. But like I was saying, again, Cobb County government has reiterated that the campus is secured and you can avoid that area if possible. Chelsea Bynford, can you hear us, Chelsea? You're right there looking at this happening. What's going on?
Yeah, Alan, it looks like they're just debriefing before they walk over here to speak with media. We were waiting for a member of the Cobb County Schools Police Department to join us here. So it looks like that person just arrived in the last couple of minutes and that they are debriefing before they come and speak with the press.
And that's exactly, I'm sure the chief just got on scene. He's been involved the whole time, but now it's a matter of relaying that information to the media, to you all, make sure everybody is on the same page here, everybody knows what happens. That is how this process works. And so as we wait for the chief to make his way over to the microphone to talk to us about what happened there on campus, once again, that campus in Cobb County is secured. We are not sure exactly about the code red situation, but they are moving students out of the building. Parents can pick their students up at a church nearby campus, right off New Macklin, Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. And it looks like they might be making their way over to the camera. We're going to see if this is the moment we've been waiting for here for the chief to update us on what is happening. What we can tell you again, 2 people, non-current students, shot there on campus. No word on a suspect there at McEachern High School. We're going to go ahead and listen in as the Cobb County Police Chief probably begins to speak to the media. Let's listen in.
Okay, we're going to get started here. Just so everybody here needs to be here. We good? Okay. Everybody here that needs to be here? Okay. Y'all here okay? What's that? Okay, we all ready? Okay, hey, my name is Stuart Van Hooser. I'm the Chief of Police in Cobb County. Today we responded to a shooting at McEachern High School at 1:47 p.m. What I want to do is just kind of give an update of where we are right now. Before I do that, I would like to introduce the folks behind me or have them introduce themselves so everybody knows who they represent and what their names are. And I'll be the main spokesperson, but if y'all have questions that I can't answer, of course, the individuals behind me I'm sure can. So if we'll start on this end.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Wilson with the Cobb School District Police Department.
Good afternoon. John Floresta, Chief Strategy Officer here with the school district.
Good afternoon. Jake Loneliness, Vice President Operations for Puckett EMS.
Good afternoon. Nick Adams, Division Chief of EMS for Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services.
Okay, and this is a little bit on the fly, so just forgive me. We've got some notes written down here. I want to try to make sure that we don't miss anything big, but obviously at the end we'll get some questions answered if we can. As I said, it was 1:47 p.m. today. Before I really get into the details, I would like to note very much the unbelievable cooperation that we have between not only law enforcement in this region, but also the various aspects of public safety in general and even our community. As you can see, we have borrowed several churches today, and it's necessary at times for us just to collaborate together I can tell you that on the law enforcement side, of course, Cobb County School District Police, it's obviously their campus. We're instrumental in the response to this today very quickly. Of course, our officers in Cobb County. Their children might be in harm's way.
Are those two people, were they shooting at each other, or is there still a shooter out there that you guys are looking for?
We are still looking for suspects in this case.
Suspects.
We do have descriptions, but I do not have them. And they are sometimes conflicting in early stages of the investigation.
You said suspects, so multiple.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we don't know that we have multiple shooters. We just know that there were multiple people on site when this shooting occurred.
You mentioned that the school here is safe, but there were reports that other schools, area, hospitals, and things like that were on lockdown. Can you talk about the insular response and when those were pulled back?
I don't know when those were pulled back. I don't know if John may, but...
Yeah. I can. I've referenced some of those procedures and processes to make sure the kids stay safe across the county. Anytime there's an incident in a school, we assess the surrounding area and surrounding schools, in this case, Varner and Compton Elementary schools, that we just put into a code yellow, a soft lockdown, just abundance of caution. There's no specific threat that we're aware of and that we don't believe exists, but we just want to make sure we're taking that extra step towards safety, and those code yellows have been lifted as well, and those buses should already have students at home as we speak.
And Chief, to you, there is a video of this incident that has been widely circulated on the internet. Is it safe to say that's part of the shooting, or not yet?
I've seen 2 videos of this. I assume that it is this shooting. I cannot confirm that right this second. But again, those details will be discovered as our investigators continue to investigate. They're already investigating right now on multiple fronts.
If you are just joining us, what you're seeing here is the Cobb Police Chief describing what happened today at 1:47 p.m. when there was a shooting on the McEachern High School campus in Cobb County. 2 people hit. They're recovering with non-life-threatening injuries. These were not students involved, but again, happened at McEachern High School. They went on a code red. You see school buses. They'll be taking kids home. And then the other kids, they're also going home. A special Channel 2 Action News at 4 starts now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 4 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
So clearly a very alarming afternoon. We have learned that 2 non-students were involved in a shooting in the parking lot of McEachern High in Cobb County. Glad you're with us today for Channel 2 Action News at 4. I'm Justin Farmer.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Linda Stouffer. Wendy Corona is off today. We'll get you the very latest on that breaking news right now.
So here's what we have. News Chopper 2, live over McEachern High. There's this live look. You see the school buses there. So for the kids who normally take school buses home, they're going to be transported home on the school buses. For carpool and the kids who drive their cars, they are moving across the street to the Church of Latter-day Saints to make their way home. But to catch you up on the details, about 1:47 this afternoon, 2 people shot in the parking lot, McEachern High on New Macklin Road. This is just north of Powder Springs, okay? New Macklin runs largely north and south. Tonight, we have live Team 2 coverage, and we begin with Channel 2 Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell.
Hey, Justin, spoke to a parent who tells me she sees these things on the news all the time. She never expected to get the call from her son as he was in the basement on lockdown when all of this was happening. I want to show you where I am right now. We are here live along New Macklin Road. You can see police blocking off an area. We are less than a mile away from the high school. We want to show you this video of the shooting posted all over social media. You heard the police chief say he has seen this video. We counted at least 9 people in the school parking lot. Many are wearing hoodies. It appears some are wearing masks. You can see shots fired. Someone falls to the ground. We know 2 young people were shot. They are not students and don't have life-threatening injuries. The campus was on code red. I spoke to a student who managed to leave campus after the shooting happened. I also spoke to a parent whose son heard the gunshots and ran into the school.
Most of the entrances and exits were blocked, so I didn't know what to do, but the cops are just running. They're running by, and they're like, everybody leave, get out of here.
He was in the theater class, and they went down to the basement, told him to lock up, and so they're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Back out here live again, less than a mile away from the school. Here you can see police officers blocking down part of New Macklin Road. As we heard school officials and the police chief say, school buses are running again right now. Parents in the process of reuniting with their children not too far away from where we are now. Obviously, a lot to learn as the shooter's still out there. Reporting live from Cobb County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
And just a couple of minutes ago, the police chief confirmed they are working on suspect descriptions. They've been going through that video as well. But it was interesting to hear the chief talk about the heroes who ran into the school even before they knew if this was an active shooter situation. Michelle, the chief making it clear it was never an active shooter situation. No one else was involved. And I want to tell you more about parents who've been told that they can pick up their children who drive or ride home by car at the church that Michelle was mentioning, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's on New Macklin Road. But in some progress, it looks like the kids who take the bus normally are getting on the buses right now, and the chief says they are taking those kids home. Parents working on reunification as we speak. Now, we made a map to show you the area. Cobb County Police asking parents to use Richard D. Saylor's Parkway to get to the church. New Macklin Road south from Macklin Road is closed. So our live Team 2 coverage of breaking news continues with Channel 2's Tom Jones. Tom, you're at the church where some parents are going to pick up their kids.
Yeah, these parents have been here for quite a while, Linda. You can see this parking lot is filled with anxious parents who are waiting to be reunited with their children. They just got an update that their students will be taken to the bus port and they can pick them up there. So they are waiting once again to get their kids. Let's talk to Amanda Newsom. She's a parent who has a child who has Asperger's.
Yes.
How has that affected him?
Pretty much he's really worried. He's scared. He's scared out of his mind. This is the second time that this has happened. Back in December 14th last year, 2 students brought a gun on campus. One was an AR-15, I think the other one was a handgun, and he was panicking then as well. And so now we come to this moment where now as someone actually got shot, he's terrified, and I'm having to calm him down with his cell phone. So luckily he has his phone and he's okay. But I'm able to talk to him and keep him calm in the classroom so he doesn't have a panic attack.
I can imagine you can't wait to get your hands, your eyes on him. How would that make you feel?
It made me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
It made me feel a lot better.
You don't like hearing these instances of violence on campus.
I don't at all. I don't at all. And we're actually a military family, and it's like this makes us feel even worse because it's like we can't protect our children. And my husband, he's an hour away, so he's trying to rush home to come and make sure he's okay. And it's just really a lot because it's hitting close to home now, and it's just something that you'll never imagine happen to your kid.
Thank you so much. So you can hear just how anxious these parents are. Parents continue to come here into this church parking lot. They're going to open up the church in a moment so they can use the bathroom, get some water. But what they want most of all is to get their hands, get their eyes on their children and get them home safely. We're live in Cobb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Tom, what a reminder that it's not the students affected, it's the parents too. Parents who are having to be strong this afternoon to greet their kids and keep them calm on the phone like that. Tom, thank you. And we want to give you another live look at the active scene. This is in Cobb County from News Chopper 2. What you're looking at there, if you can make out all those yellow evidence markers, that's where police are going through the scene. Again, trying to determine who fired the shots. They're working on descriptions of a shooter. Police say 2 people were shot this afternoon in a parking lot on the campus of McEachern High School. Right now, parents are being told they can pick up their kids at a nearby church if they normally pick them up by car or normally they drive home. Again, it's a high school. You can count on Channel 2 Action News to bring you live continuing coverage throughout this newscast and throughout the evening. The kids who normally ride the bus hopefully will be on their way home soon. Again, 2 people injured. We will bring you the very latest. latest.
Yeah, we'll follow those developments as we look at some other news on this developing story. The father of an 8-year-old girl is now facing murder charges. Police say the girl's stepmother killed the girl. Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson now live at the Gwinnett County Jail. So Matt, a judge has denied bond to both of them.
And I actually spoke to this father yesterday, and he appeared very numb to everything, even detached at times, and just hours later.
Outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 62 degrees, dew point 30. Relative humidity 29%.
Using flock cameras and just other resources to help track down the individuals that were on campus. Again, the 2 victims that were shot are not students, and this incident occurred in the parking lot of the school. When I did ask officials if in any way, shape, or form they believe the guns were on campus or in the actual school building, they say they could not confirm that at this point, but it does not appear to be that was the issue. They say overall much of this was contained to the parking lot amongst the group of students and non-students that were actually having that altercation. Of course, they're going to continue to do their investigation to track down those shooters, and we'll be out here trying to get more details as they do that. Sending it back to you.
All right, Bobeth, thanks for that update. Again, those 2 people shot expected to survive. And again, suspects, we're hearing that more than one person officers are looking for right now. But we do want to let you know about this. Parents, I know a lot of parents have been worried, concerned. They have not been allowed on campus because it is still an active crime scene, as the officers told us. Instead, parents can meet their kids at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That is where they are meeting right now. That address is 2595 New Macklin Road. Here's a map showing the proximity.
Hi.
For the investigation.
And I want to say one thing too, you might want to check with your student by cell phone before you head out there. We did see live pictures of a lot of students getting onto those buses, because we do know that those school buses will also be taking your child home. So if you do have a student at McEachern High School, check with them before heading to that reunification location.
That's good to know. Well, our traffic expert, Crash Clark, I know has been looking around this as well. And I know there are a number of closures, Crash. So what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, just like when we saw Brittany Kleinpeter on the scene there, this is exactly right where she is. Let me step out of the way so you can get the full picture. This is Macklin Road at Lost Mountain Road. Lost Mountain Road, you see one of the school buses right there going through that intersection. Now where that school bus is going, that actually becomes New Macklin Road. And now police obviously are only allowing the buses to go through that area now. Let's get right over to it in the heart of Powder Springs, McEachern High School. You can see it off to the left there, and the major part of the police activity, basically along New Macklin Road between Macedonia to the south and Macklin Road to the north. Now, the good thing about traffic is you've got multiple ways to get around this one. Hopkins Road, that's to the east of McEachern High School. That runs north and south, and that'll put you in between both points of Macedonia and Macklin, a little bit closer to McEachern, but to the west of it is Old Lost Mountain Road. That too runs north and south, parallel with New Macklin Road, and that will get you around the scene. But obviously, this is going to be very active for quite a while. Faith?
All right, Crash, thank you so much for bringing us that update. For those of you watching and have been watching along with us, we will stay with
high school. That is not something that police mentioned to us. We are a couple miles away from that scene. But that certainly something we can ask some more questions on. They did describe this still as an active crime scene. They're asking people to avoid the area, so clearly they are still processing evidence over there. It's possible that car could be involved, but we do not have official confirmation from Cobb County Police on that, Sean.
And Chelsea, I was going to ask you, obviously people in Powder Springs are going to be very concerned around that school about the threat to the area. Police saying a few minutes ago they are looking for suspects, maybe multiple suspects, because so many people were around this when that gunfire happened. They're in the parking lot. You touched on this a little bit, but you said how law enforcement is now looking for those suspects. So I'm just thinking of the people around that school. How concerned should they be about the threat there right now?
Well, the chief said there's not an immediate threat to this area. There's a lot of police officers around. They are searching, of course, this area, but really across the county, across Metro Atlanta, to try and track down where these suspects went. But again, the chief said it's likely they're no longer in this area. And Chelsea, before we let you go, I know you asked more questions from law enforcement on the scene. The individuals that were taken to the hospital, any update on their conditions and the severity of the injuries, if any at all? Yeah, all we know, taken to Kennestone Hospital. The police chief said that they are expected to survive their injuries. At this point, we don't have any information further on the extent of those injuries or how many times they were shot, but we are working to get more of those details. Sean. Chelsea reporting for us live, and we're going to go now to anchor Savannah Louie. Savannah, you've been monitoring this from the First Alert Breaking News Desk.
Blair, I think we've had a really interesting perspective here, a bird's eye view really from the Atlanta News First over that reunification center, as we've seen dozens of cars lining up to pick up their kids. Now, officials say that this is still a very active investigation, but the scene is safe, the campus is secure, and that's why we are now seeing kids leaving and able to leave that campus. What you're looking at here is part of that investigation as it continues. I do want to give some information, though, because there are a lot of parents out there who are ready to pick up their kids after a very tense afternoon and very intense evening here. That reunification location just down the street, you're taking a live look, or you're taking a look at the map here of where that unification center is. The address 2595 New Mackland Road. That's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Want to also give you a heads up. There are road closures in this area. We've seen a number of first responders along this scene here, and so if you are going to be traveling in this area, if you need to pick up your child or another student, you need to know. You need to go on Richard D. Sailors Parkway. New Mackland Road south from Mackland Road is going to be closed. The route that you want to take here, Richard D. Sailors Parkway, that's going to be the best route to get you to that reunification center. Again, that is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, address 2595 New Mackland Road. And what we've seen there earlier today, a number of parents, a number of vehicles, dozens of them lining up, ready to pick up their kids after they have been at that campus for a number of hours this afternoon. We've also learned that buses are now able to leave that school. So if your child takes the bus, if that is their reliable way of transporting themselves home from the campus as usual, they will likely be able to be back where they're supposed to be in just a bit here. But again, reunification center open for parents who need to pick up their children. Students being released. The investigation, but the campus is secure. Students are safe. Investigators are still tracking the very latest on this situation. We're going to continue to monitor it from both on the ground. I know we have Carly and Chelsea out there, but also above the skies here. You're taking a live look here from the Atlanta News First Chopper. This is a live look over part of this investigation, the parking lot where that shooting occurred earlier today at McEachern High School. And again, I mean, you can see just how few cars are really getting by here. This is just to really emphasize how few people are out there on the roads. Investigators have actually asked people to avoid the area if possible. I do want to reiterate, though, if you do need to get your child, if your child is a student at McEachern High School, or if you know anyone who needs to be picked up, that address again, 2595 New Mackland Road. That's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Blair, Sean.
And Savannah, we just want to remind folks who, if you're just joining us on air right now, you're probably looking right there at the bottom of your screen, seeing that we are covering breaking news. 2 people were shot on a campus in Cobb County in Powder Springs at McEachern High School. The most important thing we need to let you know now is that those 2 students that were
We're not students at that school. Also, that all of the students on campus are safe.
This all unfolding right before 2 o'clock this afternoon. School is supposed to let out around 3:30 this afternoon. And now trying to figure out if these remain former students. They're saying there's multiple suspects. They're looking for those suspects right now. But again, this happening outside McEachern High School in Cobb County and Powder Springs. Here this afternoon, we have reporters asking questions to law enforcement and talking with parents right now. We will bring you updates as we get them.
Okay, we're going to talk about another big story. The weather. It is nice for now, but we do have two first alerts that we're closely following. Our chief meteorologist, Jennifer Valdez, is in the First Alert Forecast Center with the latest.
Yeah, we got to make those weekend plans, and we need to know when that rain is coming. We do have a first alert for Sunday, mainly late afternoon, possibly not even until the evening, continuing through very early Monday morning. Maybe little to no impact Monday. Still a system we're watching very closely, so make sure you follow along with us and download that First Alert Weather app. That way, as we update any changes with this evolving system, you will be the first to know. Outside right now, it is gorgeous over the area. We are seeing lots of sunshine. We're seeing some warm weather as well, and temperature 11 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. Lawrenceville, Atlanta, Carrollton, 7 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. It's in the 60s in Atlanta. Right now, 62 degrees, 60 in Rome.
They're being told to reunite with parents at the nearby LDS church, or those who ride the buses are going home as usual, just a different kind of day, but on the school bus. We have several Channel 2 Action News reporters and photographers on the scene and nearby. We're going to take you back out there for live reports throughout our newscast.
Now to new information on a developing story. 19 people now in police custody after officers responded to a shots fired call in the city of South Fulton. It happened at a home on Orley Terrace that's not too far from Old National Highway. And Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live right now in the city of South Fulton. And Audrey, police are investigating what they call a possible string of illegal parties.
And Linda, that investigation wrapped up here about 15 minutes ago, so we were able to get closer to the scene. I want to show you this home here behind me. You can see a lot of trash on the ground, all those cars there, trash piled up in the corner over there. Since 9 this morning, we've watched police carry out bags of evidence, all while those 19 people detained remained at the police station.
When I walked out and saw this, I said, oh, let me wait and see what's going on.
Several neighbors stopped to watch this wild scene unfold in the middle of their quiet neighborhood Thursday morning. City of South Fulton police say they first received a call about someone firing gunshots from the backyard of this Orley Terrace home. When officers arrived, they say they found 19 people, mostly young women, inside. This neighbor, who asked us not to use his full name for this report, says he's seen plenty of suspicious activity at the home.
Around 8 or 9 in the morning, Uber drivers were picking up young ladies.
All 19 people were detained and taken to the police department for questioning. We blurred their faces because they have not yet been charged with any crime, but police say they are investigating a string of illegal parties, possibly involving minors and alcohol at the home.
We've had multiple complaints about this location being a party house with teenagers being involved. So when we got here, there was about 19 people inside of the home that have all been detained. It is an ongoing investigation to determine more information about what happened here this morning.
It was a party house that was terrorizing our neighborhood.
Neighbors tell us they're relieved to see the police involved and the activity at the home shut down, at least for now.
Definitely been a nuisance to our neighborhood and how we go about our way of life.
Now, at last check, those 19 people are still at the police department. As for this road here, it has since reopened so traffic can move through smoothly. Coming up in the next hour, we learn some new details about exactly who owns this home. That's part of the story I'm working on for Channel 2 Action News at 5. Right now, we are live here in the city of South Fulton. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, let's talk about Brad's Coat Drive because it's really been a success helping out so many folks. Today, volunteers helped gather up hundreds of coats that viewers such as you donated to help people across Metro Atlanta who can't afford a coat when you've got this kind of cold weather.
Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz is live now in Severe Weather Center 2 with a huge impact, and this is something that makes an immediate impact, Brad.
Well, it really does. It meets a basic need, and it's you, our viewers, that have really stepped up. You know, we partnered with 4 local charities to get these coats to the people that need them, and the response, absolutely incredible. So thank you. Today, Chris 180 picked up the last batch of coats for this season. Channel 2's Barrett Peterson is live in DeKalb County with how your donations are making a big difference.
And what a difference, Brad. Look here. More than 1,000 warm coats donated in all. This is the load Chris 180 picked up. They got the crew here right now busy sorting through things. And folks who need these coats will soon be wearing them.
Kaneki Gashard says living on the street is scary. It's worse in winter.
Instead of worrying about where you're going to lay your head, you worry about if you can survive even the weather.
Kaneki has gotten back on his feet with help from Chris 180. The nonprofit based in DeKalb provides a variety of free services, including warm coats.
You have folks that have no income, little income, and they can't afford a coat.
This year, Chris 180 and 3 other local charities got some help. In December, WSB-TV Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz launched Brad's Coat Drive, and Channel 2 viewers really stepped up.
We asked and they delivered, and it has been, for our first time out, a huge success.
More than 1,000 coats were dropped off at WSB-TV in Midtown in barely over a month. The nonprofit Midtown Assistance Center picked up a big load a few weeks back. On this day, Chris 180 came for 500. Most are new, some gently used. Kaneki says when you're cold, it doesn't matter.
As they say, one man's trash is another person's treasure, but not only are you giving a coat, you're kind of giving a hug.
And good news, Brad's Coat Drive is going to be an annual event. So this year we asked viewers to bring the coats to the TV station in Midtown. Next year the plan is to have drop-off sites all over the metro, so we're sure to collect many, many more. Point line to DeKalb, Barrett Peterson, Channel 2 Action News.
Yeah, and having the drop-off locations spread out across Metro Atlanta really going to make a big difference. Barrett, thank you for showing us and our viewers the impact that their donations have made.
We are tracking breaking news here. This is the video showing the moment someone opened fire outside of McEachern High School in Cobb County in a parking lot. No students were hurt. 2 non-students suffered what they call non-life-threatening injuries. They're at the hospital. We have live Team 2 coverage, and we will take you back there live as police investigate who fired the shots.
An accused drunk driver decided not to wait for police. We are taking you through the new video that captured the chase.
Live breaking stories in Stone Mountain. Channel 2 Action News.
Now through Valentine's Day, book with the clean carpet experts at Zero Res for these flash sale savings. It's safe, non-toxic, and leaves 0 residue.
Are looking for multiple suspects still.
We have been getting an update from police about where their investigations point, and here's what we know at this hour. 2 people were shot on campus in the parking lot right outside there. Police are saying young people were hurt. Active crime scene, police saying, outside that outside McEachern High School in Powder Springs, and that's where we've been having some reporters out there talking with parents at the church, but also outside the school there. And so this school was supposed to let out around 3:30. It is going to be a long night for some of these students still trying to get home, and parents very concerned about where their kids are.
And imagine the frightful sight for parents as they're picking up their children. You can see in the center of your screen, the tree is sort of blocking that officer right now, but you have officers fully in uniform, walking the campus, securing the campus, making sure that can be reunified together and be sent back home. We're going to continue to monitor this story both on air and online. The other stories that we are following at 4 right now, this one is developing. 20 people in custody after a raid of a home this morning. Police say it could be connected to human trafficking.
This happened shortly after 8 o'clock this morning on Orley Terrace in South Fulton. Neighbors say they've been complaining about illicit activity at the property for months. Most of the people detained today were women, and police say the people detained range from 16 to 40 years old. They also tell us they're still looking for 2 other people tied to the investigation.
Also looking at the father of an 8-year-old behind bars along with the child's stepmother. Both are now accused of murder. 37-year-old Claudir Barros was arrested late last night. He appeared before a judge this morning. That judge denied his bond.
One has been denied. It says you're a flight risk, and the other is Superior Court only. Only a Superior Court judge sitting in your case can grant a bond. Do you understand that? Do you know what that means for you? You're going to be for a while.
Police say Barrios' wife, 34-year-old Natalia, beat the child with a rolling pin 10 to 20 times, then called him instead of calling 911. When Barrios got home, the child was unresponsive. Investigators say he was aware that his daughter was abused and continued to leave her unsupervised with her at their Bethlehem.
We're staying on top of that breaking news we've been following all afternoon for you. 2 students shot on the campus of McEachern High School in Cobb County. We'll have the latest for you when we come back.
This live look is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. With over 700 attorneys and experience, they are ready to fight for you. There is only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are the morning go team that gets you ready for everything. So severe weather doesn't slow down your morning drive. For a smoother morning, your first alert weather is on Atlanta News First.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here.
At weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the
High School.
We want to check back in with 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates. She's at the intersection of New Macklin Road and Richard D. Saylors Parkway. So, Bobeth, we know you've been talking with law enforcement, and they are now investigating an unconfirmed video of the shooting.
That's exactly right. Officials say part of their investigation is looking into what they believe are videos shot of this incident. Again, this incident happened in the parking lot of the school. According to officials, what they tell me was several students and non-students were gathering in the parking lot when the shots rang out. They say that video of a recording of that, which we received from a viewer who says their daughter or their child shot that video, and as they tell tell us that their child is actually okay, but they say while in the parking lot of that school, they saw this interaction. Their child shot it. Now officials are trying to confirm if it's the same incident and see how this is all connected. Officials tell me 2 people were shot. Those victims are not students of this school, and we're also told that those suspects are now on the run, and their homicide detectives, who have 100% success rate of solving their crimes, are on this case. They say they are investigating from air, ground, and using all sorts of resources to actually try to find those suspects or the people involved in that. But take a listen to what they had to say about the video circulating showing this incident.
I've seen 2 videos of this. I assume that it is this shooting. I cannot confirm that right this second. But again, those details will be discovered as our investigators continue to investigate. They're already investigating right now on multiple fronts.
Now, again, while we receive this video from a viewer who says their child shot it, officials say they're looking into that as part of their investigation, but could not confirm if this is the actual video of that incident, even though they do believe it is. They say they are not going to go on the limb just yet to confirm it. Also, just want to remind you that officials say it is now safe on the school campus and that all alerts and safety measures that were put in place, lockdowns and all, have been lifted when it comes to this situation. Now I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio for more as we try to get details.
All right, we'll see you again at 5 o'clock for sure. Bobeth Yates, thank you. And again, a reminder that parents are not allowed on campus as they are still considering it a crime scene. Instead, parents can meet their kids at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That address is right here for you at 2595 New Macklin Road. And for those of you who missed the full news conference from police, we have it streaming right now on our 11 Alive Plus app. You can find it on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire.
Certainly a scary situation there for all of those parents. Well, new details at 4. The father of an 8-year-old girl who was found dead in Gwinnett County this week appeared in court this morning. Take a look here. This is 37-year-old Clyde Batos. He is facing second-degree murder and second-degree child cruelty charges in the case. So, according to police, the girl's stepmother beat the child with a wooden rolling pin 10 to 20 times. She is also behind bars. Arrest warrants allege the father was aware that this child was abused. He was not granted bond. Well, it is Black History Month. Today marks it, and all this month here at 4 o'clock, 11 Alive will be sharing stories surrounding Atlanta's Black history then and now, covering some of the biggest challenges along with the victories that we celebrate.
And tonight, our Jennifer Bellamy is kicking off our month-long coverage by exploring how Atlanta became the cradle of the civil rights movement, often referred to as the Black Mecca.
On this corner of downtown Atlanta sits a treasure trove of knowledge. The Auburn Avenue Research Library on African American culture and history is home to story and tales of the mighty past of Black history in Atlanta.
This is a repository of not only, the Black history of Atlanta and the Black history of Georgia, but Black history nationwide.
Dr. Maurice Hobson, a Georgia State professor, author, and Atlanta historian, has spent countless hours here studying the past and its impact on today. He met me there to talk about Atlanta's history and influence. He says it goes back to General Sherman's burning of Atlanta, with newly freed slaves establishing themselves here afterward. That, along with white missionaries, laid the groundwork for Atlanta to become an educational capital for Black people through several historically Black colleges and universities.
This becomes a place to where freedmen could come and get an education. And what education meant is that they could create their own contracts. They could operate in their best interest.
This led to the Sweet Auburn District, a Black business thoroughfare, which further advanced the progress of Blacks in Atlanta.
We have Black education. We have Black economics. The third aspect of that was the rise of Black political empowerment and electoral politics.
In the federal court case of King v. Chapman, with the ruling banning all white voting primaries in Georgia from blocking Black voters, opening the door for hundreds of thousands of Black voters to have more voting freedom.
And of course, they're concentrated here in Atlanta, Georgia. So when John Wesley Dobbs and Austin T. Walden found the Atlanta Negro Voters League, what it does is any politician or someone seeking office who is statewide, they have to come to Atlanta and court the black vote.
More blacks began to make gains, shaping and being elected to political offices, giving them another avenue to transform their lives and communities.
Sometimes I don't think people in Atlanta understand what we have here.
Dr. Bernice King, daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a civil rights leader herself, says black people in Atlanta frequently worked with business leaders and other people of influence to make change. That legacy of work lives today with those historically black institutions of higher education. Black businesses like the still existing Atlanta Life Insurance and Citizens Trust Bank, the faith community, and scores of black entrepreneurs.
We have been a city that literally was too busy to hate and did not let
partners as well as emergency management and some of the paramedics that rushed to the scene. And again, this is why police departments, not only here in Cobb County, but all over Metro Atlanta, are always training for active shooter situations, because you never know. Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and we'll stay on top of it. For now, we are live in Cobb County. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
And Michael, the chief did have an interesting answer when he was asked if they were graduates of the school or something like that, and he said they just wanted to get the information out to parents right away that they weren't students, because that's the first thing a parent is going to wonder. Was it my kid who was injured? So interesting to hear that, and also that they had to borrow a couple of churches to make all these briefings happen, a community effort to try to make sure that all these kids and staff get home safely. Michael, thank you. Well, we made this map to show the area around McEachern High School. Parents of children who drive or ride home by car can pick up their children at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's on New Macklin Road. We're told students who ride the bus will still take the bus home. And we want to give you a live look right now at the DOT camera near McEachern High School. Even if you're not connected to the schools, you might be affected by the traffic. You can count on Channel 2 Action News for live continuing coverage on the campus shooting during this newscast and all evening on air and on our website, WSBTV.com.
New video at 4, a man now facing DUI charges.
Please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 62 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 29%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and falling. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind north at 5 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind variable at 6 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 62 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind south at 5 miles an hour. Rome, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Asheville, it was sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 63 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southeast at 10 miles an hour. This is NOAA Weather Radio Station, KEC 80. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office in Peachtree City and is transmitted from the top of Stone Mountain on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz. The KEC 80 listening area includes the following counties: Cherokee, Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fayette, Forsyth, Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, Newton, Rockdale, and Walton. Visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta for the latest weather information, including watches and warnings. You can also like your Peachtree City National Weather Service on Facebook or follow NWS Atlanta on Twitter. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 62 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 29%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and falling. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind north at 5 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind variable at 6 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 62 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind south at 5 miles an hour. Rome, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Asheville, it was sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 63 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southeast at 10 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into in the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 62 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 29%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and falling. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind north at 5 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind variable at 6 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 62 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind south at 5 miles an hour. Rome, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Asheville, it was sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 63 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southeast at 10 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling in the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 62 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 29%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and falling. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind north at 5 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind variable at 6 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 59 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 62 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind south at 5 miles an hour. Rome, it was partly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 5 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Asheville, it was sunny, 59 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 63 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southeast at 10 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into in the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 4 p.m.
classrooms, the lights were off, everybody was quiet for a good like hour and a half, 2. And then at the end of the day, when everything was cleared, they dismissed us one by one.
Yeah, that student said it was pretty scary there for a couple of minutes. She told us, though, that she's glad everything turned out okay, and she told us that after-school activities were also canceled here at McEachern so that they could get everyone out safely tonight. Guys, back to you.
Chelsea, thank you. And you just heard from that student talking about getting dismissed one by one. Atlanta News First Carly Barnett is live at 5 at the reunification point where those students ended up going.
And Carly, this is a moment when your heart just stops when you're a parent.
Tracy Allen, certainly a lot of very concerned parents out here earlier this evening. Here. Pretty much cleared out at this point, and I spoke with law enforcement. The unification process. I did get a little bit more clarity on how that worked. They released the buses, so the bus riders are able to take the students from the school back home. Then they allowed the parents who normally pick up their children to go to the school to retrieve their child. The third round of students that will be released are those who drive themselves. There are 300 students that attend McEachern High School, so certainly this was a big undertaking. I want to take you back over here now. We want to show you that traffic because law enforcement was diverting traffic here on New Macklin Road earlier this evening. Traffic now flowing smoothly as they no longer have to be routing parents here to the parking lot. We spoke with a parent this evening, and they say, of course, they practice for these drills, but nothing can prepare you for when your child actually tells you it's taking place.
I mean, it's complete shock when your child reaches out and says, "Code red, this is not a drill," in all capital letters. So scared. I'm just, every single parent that I know that has children at the school, we're all reaching out, what's going on.
Now, important to note here that we have received the official word from law enforcement that McEachern High School is considered safe following a comprehensive investigation and a search of the school. Also important to note here that no McEachern students were involved in this incident. As Chelsea Beimfohr mentioned, they are continuing to search for a suspect or suspects. We will continue to keep you updated on air and online. Live in Powder Springs, Carly Barnett, Atlanta News First.
Thank you. And you just talked about this. McEachern High School has 2,300 students. It has faced issues related to guns before. About a month ago, a picture of a student with a gun was sent to phones of at the school. Authorities said the student responsible, students, plural, well, they were apprehended.
The last time a Metro Atlanta school shooting happened was back in August when a Clayton County student was shot and killed after a football game there. Stick with Atlanta News First. New at 6, our investigators break down the role wearable panic badges for Cobb County teachers played in alerting authorities to what happened today.
The Atlanta News First app is the best way for you to stay up to date on this evolving story. Atlanta News First was first on the air to tell you and your family about.
You know, it's more and more kids bringing guns to school nowadays. You know, the kids can't be safe really anywhere.
As we watched as officers directed parents where to pick up their children, we heard from parents who said they weren't alerted fast enough there was a shooting on campus. Many said they learned what happened from their kids.
We need to find out. They need to let us know immediately when it happens.
And all of the parents I talked to have seen video of the shooting. They were really disturbed that someone recorded this incident and shared it on social media like it was the latest rap video. One parent told me that she's thinking about homeschooling her senior to make sure she can make it to graduation. We're live in Cobb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Just disturbing, Tom, thanks. Today, the Georgia Senate approved a sports betting bill, but it could require a constitutional amendment to make it happen. The bill would have put it under the direction of the Georgia Lottery as another lottery game. So no statewide vote was needed. But at the last minute, Athens State Senator Bill Calsert added an amendment that would require a constitutional amendment that requires a 2/3 vote in both chambers and voter approval in November.
I'm not surprised. A lot of us feel very, very strongly that it's unconstitutional to try to circumvent the voters to call this a lottery game.
In the next hour, we're taking a look at other bills the Senate's working to pass and why it could be an uphill climb.
New at 5 o'clock, a 12-year-old boy says another student stabbed him in the eye with a pencil, leaving him with permanent damage. The boy's mother says it never should have happened because the school was supposed to keep the kids 20 feet apart. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live outside Cherokee Charter Academy. It's in Canton. Taisha, the school, they tell a different story.
George, the school admits that something happened between these two students, but the details just are not matching up with what the victim said. So I want to show you something that explains the two sides of the story. Now, the student who is facing a criminal charge said he was holding a pencil and he accidentally threw it and it went into the other student's eye. But the victim is telling a much different story. He said the other boy was holding a pencil like this and stabbed him in the eye on purpose.
They were able to save his eye, but the long-term damage is still unknown.
Nicole Hodges says her 12-year-old son will be disfigured for life, all because a pencil ended up lodged in her son's eyeball while he was in class here at Cherokee Charter Academy in Canton. His mom said the problem started back in August when another 12-year-old student started picking on her son.
It was racial slurs, threats, and then it became physical. I talked to the administration. They said, we're going to keep them separate. We'll notify all the teachers, all of those things. That's what they promised me.
A few weeks later, the school called and said something else happened between the two boys. Her son normally wears glasses.
He took his glasses off to rub his eyes, and then the second he took his glasses off, he got the pencil in the eye. He was stabbed.
The initial police report says a 12-year-old who was stabbed in the eye with a pencil. But when I spoke to county deputies Thursday, they said further investigation made them question intent. So the criminal charge is now reckless conduct. A spokesperson for the school said, we cannot comment on any specific student. We can say that we have never had a student stabbed in the eye. Any reports of that are incorrect. The mom says what happened to her son in September was a stabbing, whether the pencil was thrown or someone pushed it into her son's eye.
You'd have to throw it like a dart, and as hard as you possibly could. You can't cause that damage from just throwing a pencil across the table. There was intent.
So you may be wondering why we're just now telling you this story months later. Well, the mother didn't come straight to us. She tried to resolve things with the school. She actually liked the school for her son, but she said after the stabbing, administrators still would not keep the boys separate. So she had to take her son out, and she wanted to call us to hold the school accountable. We're live in Cherokee County in Canton. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Let's get to some new information now on a developing story. Police responded to a shots fired call at a home in the city of South Fulton, and now 19 people are in custody. It happened on Orley Terrace, that's near Old National Highway. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live for us there now. So Audrey, police now believe the house was the scene of several illegal parties.
Right, and police are investigating whether those parties involved minors, drugs, and alcohol. This is the home right here behind me. You can see a number of cars parked in the front, as well as trash on the grass and under that carport over there. Police say they found 19 people inside this house, and now those people are answering some tough questions down at the police station.
This was a party house that was terrorizing our neighborhood.
People who live along Orley Terrace in the city of South Fulton weren't surprised at all.
I walked out and saw this. I said, oh, let me wait and see what's going on.
They say this home has been the scene of wild parties and suspicious activity for months. So when the police showed up early Thursday morning, neighbors tell me they were frankly relieved.
Definitely been a nuisance to our neighborhood and how we go about our way of life.
City of South Fulton police tell me it all started with a call about someone firing a gun in the backyard of the home. When they arrived, they found 19 people, mostly young women, inside. All 19 people were detained and escorted out of the house. We blur their faces because they have not yet been charged with any crime, but police say they are investigating a string of illegal parties, possibly involving minors and alcohol at the home.
We've had multiple complaints about this location being a party house with teenagers being involved. So when we got here, there was about 19 people inside of the home that have all been detained. It is an ongoing investigation to determine more information about what happened here this morning.
But neighbors say they've seen enough and hope all of the activity finally comes to an end.
New Year's Eve, they had a party. It was a real big party, about 60, 70 cars out here. Donuts in the middle of the street, 2 o'clock in the morning. Again, just terrorizing the neighborhood. This is a very quiet neighborhood, family-oriented, so we want to keep it that way.
Now, we've been out here all day, and we watch police take out bags and bags of evidence from this home. We also learned that this house is a rental and that police have been in contact with its owner. And we are live here in the city of South Fulton. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
We're enjoying comfortable temperatures in the 60s now. Weather on the way. I'll show you how long that lasts before a cool rain moves in. That's coming up.
How exciting was it to watch that dollar figure go up? It's a feeling that I can't replicate.
Investors who thought they were making big money but ended up with nothing. I'm consumer investigator Justin Gray. We've tracked the complicated international scheme to a man based right here in Georgia.
A Gwinnett County father is now the second person charged in the gruesome death of his 8-year-old daughter. I'm Matt Johnson. Coming up, why police charged him with murder even though he wasn't home when the murder happened.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
If it's local, it's on 2. Channel 2 Action News this morning.
I'm Lori Wilson.
And I'm Bud Blankenship. Our team looks out for you every day, warning you of ripoffs and scams happening where you live.
And when you wake up, you get answers. New ways to save and protect your money with consumer advisor Clark Howard.
We simplify things to give you useful information.
To help you and your family so you're prepared for the day.
Join us on Channel 2 Action News this morning every day, 4:30 to 7.
Where you hit a ceiling or resistance, which led us to over an increase overall for the year. But with that,
those are crinkly.
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
It's not quite the South Pole, but winter in Georgia is still winter. Coats get puffier, underwear gets longer, the days get much shorter, and gas bills tend to get higher. That's why Georgia
was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southwest at 5 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind calm. Rome, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 3 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind calm. Asheville, it was partly cloudy, 57 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 55 degrees, wind south at 8 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling in the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 5:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 5 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 63 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 28%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and steady. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was partly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 5 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southwest at 5 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind calm. Rome, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 3 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind calm. Asheville, it was partly cloudy, 57 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 55 degrees, wind south at 8 miles an hour. The Atlanta climate summary for this evening, as of 4 p.m., February 1st, 2024. Today's high temperature of 63 degrees occurred at 3:44 p.m. The normal high is 55. The record high is 77 degrees, which was set in 1957. Today's low temperature of 33 degrees occurred at 7:42 a.m. The normal low is 36. The record low is 10 degrees, which was set in 1936. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 0.00 inches. This is 0.16 inches below the normal amount of 0.16 inches for February. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 6.43 inches, which is 1.68 inches above normal. There were 17 heating degree days today. This brings the monthly total to 17. The yearly total since July 1st is 1,448. There were no cooling degree days today. This leaves the monthly total at 0. The yearly total since January 1st is 2. Sunset tonight is at 6:08 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:34 a.m. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 5:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 5 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 63 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 28%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and steady. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was partly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 5 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southwest at 5 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind calm. Rome, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 3 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind calm. Asheville, it was partly cloudy, 57 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 55 degrees, wind south at 8 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows around 40. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. A 30% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time.
reunification site that set up, and understandably everybody was on edge to get that notification of a code red from the school. Now, we did receive some clarity that this was sort of a meeting ground, and then parents were released slowly to child from school. First were the bus riders, then the parents that pick up their children, and then the student driver. So that all cleared to happen at the school. This church empty tonight. Law enforcement has since cleared the scene, which means that, like you said, parents and students one step closer to being reunited. We spoke with a parent out here earlier who said this is enough to make her want to change her school.
It's sad that we have to go through this. I was already thinking about taking them out of this school because they've gone through gun situations before, so I really don't like it here anymore.
Now, when we spoke to Veronica, she said the first thing she's going to do when she sees her son, who's a freshman at McKean, was give him a big hug and tell her how much she loves him. The good news we can report tonight is that McEachern is considered safe. That is after a thorough investigation from law enforcement. They say the school is considered safe. McEachern students were involved, and this continues to be an ongoing investigation as they search for the gunman. Live tonight in Powder Springs, Carly Barnett, Atlanta News First.
So the Atlanta News First app can be a huge resource for parents who need minute-by-minute updates on situations just like this one here today. It's free to download right now.
Now at 5:30, let's take you out. Not a bad looking.
We are staying on top of that breaking news. In the last 2 minutes, we learned all scenes are now clear after a shooting at a local high school. Cobb County police are now working to track down multiple suspects seen in the video running from the scene and that shooting at McEachern High School in Cobb County. Channel 2's Michael Seidens live with what investigators are saying now about what happened. Michael.
Yeah, you know, Karen, talk about some frightening moments. As soon as those shots were fired on the campus of McEachern High School, videos started going viral on social media. We saw 2 of those videos, and I want to show you what was captured. Police say this all unfolded in the parking lot of McEachern High School this afternoon while kids were in class. We counted at least 9 people, many of whom were wearing masks and hoodies. Then you see 2 kids start throwing punches. And then the next video, which was sent to my colleague, Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell, you see the same group fighting, then someone starts shooting. One of the victims collapsed to the ground while the rest of the group scattered. Now, police have not identified the 2 wounded victims, but they did confirm that they are not students at McEachern. They also told us that they did not sustain life-threatening injuries. Now, again, the school was placed on code red. Of course, frantic parents rushed to get their kids. They were not allowed on campus. This afternoon, the chief of police addressed this ongoing investigation.
We did verify with the school that the 2 individuals that were hurt were not students because we knew there was a concern from parents of students at the school that their children might be in harm's way. We are still looking for suspects in this case.
Yeah, we know that through police, they have identified some of those suspects, but right now they're still trying to verify if there's one shooter, multiple shooters, and the connection to the school. One more quick note, we should mention that initially reports of an active shooter, Cobb County Police wanted to make it clear it was not an active shooter, but they responded like it was one, and that's exactly why Cobb County Police and other metro agencies are always training for tense situations like this one. We are live in Cobb County. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Police want to get their hands on all that video. Michael, thanks. Now, this is the second time police have been on McEachern's campus in less than 2 months. In December, you may remember, police arrested 2 teens who they say brought rifles into the school, then airdropped a picture of those guns to students. Police said they were not students. No one was hurt in that case. We checked jail records today. One of the 2 is still in county jail.
If you use a Delta SkyMiles American Express card to book flights out of Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where we're looking live right now, you will soon be hit with higher fees. The higher fees come a few months after Delta announced higher thresholds to meet elite status, angering some frequent flyers. The new fees for the cards will range from $150 to $650 annually and take effect May 1st.
It's just really scary because I thought I was a pretty smart person, and I felt like such an idiot.
She lost more than $60,000 in an investment scheme now under investigation by authorities in multiple states and countries. I'm consumer investigator Justin Gray. We went looking for answers about the Georgia man at the heart of it all.
A tree destroyed the home of 2 local veterans, and they say they're not getting any help from their landlord. On Channel 2 Action News at 6, we look into what rights you have.
Report. They're also still trying to figure out the costs to make all of this happen. Live in Midtown, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
All right, Yasmina, thank you. New details on a painful story. A Gwinnett County father will now remain in jail, accused in his 8-year-old daughter's murder. A judge just denied bond for Cladir Barrows. It comes a day after his wife, Natalia, the little girl's stepmother, was ordered to stay in custody. The stepmother was accused of beating the child with a wooden rolling pin. That girl later died. Investigators say the father was aware the child abuse was happening and continued to leave her unsupervised at their home.
Tonight, concerns are boiling over after Atlanta leaders found out the city has an astronomical amount of unpaid water bills. Well, the audit also says Atlanta has not consistently enforced water shutoffs since 2010. Watershed officials say they are actively working to find a solution to the unpaid balances. And we are talking 198 million. 54,000 accounts as of last June. Auditors revealed that massive number to the city council this week.
Rare bipartisan support sending a $78 billion tax cut package to the Senate. Last night, the House passed a legislation that aims to help families, children, and businesses. While not as generous as what was passed during the pandemic, the bill boosts the refundable part of the child tax credit from $1,600 to up to $2,000 by 2025. It would also reinstate some business deductions, including those connected to research and development. And experts say eligible households would see an average tax cut of about $680.
Well, as you know, people very often live paycheck to paycheck. So for people who are lower income, who have multiple kids, those are the people who are probably going to see the biggest benefits from this.
Don't worry if you've already filed. You can amend your return once the president signs the bill.
New tonight, a food pantry on Atlanta's west side designed to operate like a grocery store, but to give away thousands of pounds of food costs a lot of money. Atlanta News First reporter Joshua Skinner visited a thrift store today, and it's designed to help.
Just off Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway sits a spot.
I love thrifting, so this is like my dream.
A thrift.
I can grab those clothes for you and set them in your pile.
Michelle Jones runs the operation here.
How much?
Aiming for a lower cost experience.
I love the idea of having really high quality items at really low prices.
Everything is $5 or less. You can get kids' clothes, books, photos of someone else's cat.
I actually bought a laptop. Yes. I've been needing one of them for a while.
How much did the laptop cost?
$4.
You got a laptop for
$4, yes.
Even though the only 2 weeks old, Elliott Woods is a regular.
Atlanta best kept.
Now, there is a catch. All of the clothes here at the thrift spot are being sold to help feed people.
We were kind of born out of the idea of we needed different ways to fund the grocery spot.
The grocery spot is a food pantry that was here, but recently moved down the street into a larger building.
Yeah, that's why we named it the thrift spot. We wanted to keep it cohesive a little bit.
Opening up an opportunity to sell clothes to feed mouths.
Yeah, we just need more space, really.
And with prices like these,
all this is
the secret won't be hard to spot.
Once they find out about the stuff that you get here, it won't be Atlanta's best kept secret for long.
In Center Hill, Joshua Skinner.
We're just trying to come up with new ideas to basically provide more food if we can.
Atlanta News First.
Cross-contamination and unsanitary practices.
Not what you want to hear. Live at 5, we're demanding answers about serious health violations at a Mexican restaurant that just celebrated its grand opening.
And prepare for a splashdown. The name of Six Flags' new roller coaster just unveiled. Live at 5.
Get the news you need all in one place on
Clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. The Atlanta Climate Summary for this evening, as of 4 p.m., February 1st, 2024. Today's high temperature of 63 degrees occurred at 3:44 p.m. The normal high is 55. The record high is 77 degrees, which was set in 1957. Today's low temperature of 33 degrees occurred at 7:42 a.m. The normal low is 36. The record low is 10 degrees, which was set in 1936. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 0.00 inches.
It's called Georgia's
This
Georgia
is
Surfer.
0.16
It's the first
inches
of its
below the
kind.
normal amount of
Fighting, a roller
0.16
coaster, and a
inches for
water ride.
February.
Riders will go back
The total
and forward
precipitation
along
for the year
nearly
still
600
stands
feet
at
of track,
6.43
reaching speeds of up to
inches,
60 miles
which
per
is
hour.
1.68
Coaster
inches
opens
above
to the
normal.
public this summer.
There were 17
A
heating
major
degree
league
days
prepared
today.
after hundreds of thousands
This brings
of
the
gallons of
monthly
water
total to
poured out of the
17.
Spalding County water
The
tower.
yearly
Next
total
steps
since
crews will
July
have to
1st is
take.
1,448.
Coast Drive is in the
There were no
home
cooling
stretch. I'll
degree
show you
days
the effort
today.
to give away as
This
many
leaves
warm
the
coats
monthly
as
total at
possible
zero.
to folks who need them.
The yearly total
A Georgia
since
man
January
promised
1st
investors
is 2.
all over the world big
Sunset tonight
returns.
is
Now,
at
some of those
6:08
investors are
p.m.
questioning whether the gains they saw on paper
Sunrise tomorrow
were
is
ever
at
real.
7:34 a.m.
Every bit of it was fake. Smoking
This is No Weather
I'm
Radio
consumer
Station.
investigator Justin Gray. We're unraveling the complicated scheme that state authorities are now
Broadcast originates
investigating.
from the National Weather Service office in Peachtree
It's happening
City
right
and
now
is
at Room
transmitted from the top of Stone Mountain on a frequency of 1.55. The KEC 80 listening area includes the following counties: Cherokee, Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fayette, Forsyth, Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, Newton, Rockdale, and Walton. Visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta for the latest weather information, including watches and warnings. You can also like your Peachtree City National Weather Service on Facebook or follow NWS Atlanta on Twitter. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement: spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 5:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 5 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 63 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 28%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and steady. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was partly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 5 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny.
Scenes are clear after shooting at McEachern High School in Cobb County on the campus there of the school in the parking lot. Police confirm someone shot 2 people in that parking lot on campus. They were not students in that shooting. Investigators are searching right now for the shooters involved. The victims are expected to be okay. They're at Kennestone Hospital, we're told. On Channel 2 Action News at 6, we're taking a closer look at the cell phone video and the violence on campus. Now to a Channel 2 Action News investigation. Jilted investors claim a Georgia man is behind an international scheme raking in millions.
That man says he's simply a savvy investor sharing those opportunities with others. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray talked to investigators who lost tens of thousands of dollars. Those investors did, Justin.
George, I have confirmed from sources that the state of Georgia's Securities Division has an open and active investigation into Ed Zimbardi. And they aren't alone. The state of California and a Canadian province are also already taking legal action.
How exciting was it to watch that dollar figure go up? It's a that I can't replicate.
Watching the money grow.
I got hooked.
People from all walks of life.
The money was hitting my crypto wallet.
All over the country.
Money, 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 money. And I kept saying to people, you know, there's never a losing day.
Fast money. Easy money.
It was going great. It was going phenomenal even. And it was hard to believe that it wasn't real. Like you couldn't convince me otherwise.
The investors doing so well, they had to let friends and family in on it too.
My coworker, his son had multiple friends that invested.
My biggest mistake was that I contacted people who I knew would use this as a blessing.
I also had my mother, who is a recent widow, invest. And, then shortly after that, it was gone.
Gone. All of it.
Personally, I invested $60,000.
Or were the investment gains ever there at all?
But it was a facade. Every bit of it was fake. Smoke and mirrors at best.
Google Ed Zimbardi, and you start to see what he means. Is he a meteorologist who tracks hurricanes, according to this press release? A renowned environmental activist, according to this Texas news site?
This man wanted by Sandy Springs police for a 2021 murder. He's accused of shooting Yemi Mabiaku 5 times in the back. He was found in Euclid, Ohio. That's just outside of Cleveland. And again, he was taken into custody earlier today after a SWAT standoff. That investigation and into custody did not come easily. But again, 27-year-old Devontae Childs now in custody, wanted for a 2021 murder. Guys.
Thank you for that update. Appreciate you as always. Live at 5, Georgia families are soaking up another sunny, beautiful day, but we have 2 first alerts that could mess with some of those weekend plans. Meteorologist Fred Campagna standing in front of a very nice sunset here over Mercedes-Benz. When's it getting better, and when's that rain going to arrive?
The rain is late in the weekend, Alan. So that's when that first alert kicks in, Sunday afternoon, evening time frame. And it continues into Monday, but we have some really fine weather between now and then, including out there late this afternoon. Sun getting lower in the sky, some clouds to make for a nice sunset this evening. It's 63 mild degrees right now in Atlanta. 50s as you go to the north, mid-50s to Gainesville to Blairsville. But for this time of the year, we'll take that. We've certainly seen a lot colder, and we don't really have any very cold weather coming our way, but a noticeable cool down on Sunday as clouds thicken up and that rain arrives. We'll be in great shape tomorrow. If you're heading out this evening, temperatures will fall through the 50s and 40s, all the way to about 40 degrees to start the day tomorrow. So a cool, dry start at the bus stop. Tomorrow afternoon, even better than this afternoon. Mid-60s at about 2:30 in the afternoon. So absolutely gorgeous out there to round out the school week. Check out the temperature trend tomorrow. Took a little while for that temperature to rise today, but tomorrow it's near 60 by lunchtime, and then in the throughout the afternoon. So great day to duck out of work early if you can tomorrow. Your high temperature in Atlanta, 68 degrees. It's the warmest we've seen so far this year. Without a lot of clouds and some rain around. So this is probably going to be the nicest afternoon tomorrow that we've seen so far in 24. 68 in Athens, 68 in Griffin, as well as Rome, and even up in the mountains tomorrow, low to mid 60s. Heading into Saturday, we hang on to dry skies and a decent amount of sunshine, but the wind direction's a little bit different for us on Saturday, so you'll notice it a touch as you go from the mountains into East Georgia. It's in the mid and upper 50s. It's about 61 pleasant in Atlanta, not as warm as tomorrow, and between about 60 and 65 in far west Georgia. Heading into Sunday, have this first alert for showers coming back in, but notice how they're not in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So your church and maybe even your brunch plans are okay for Sunday. Though only in the 40s for the most part on Sunday afternoon. By late Sunday afternoon, rain starts to crawl back in. First, it'll happen southwest of Atlanta, and then it'll gradually lift to the north. If you live in far north Georgia, you might not get much rain at all from this system, but it'll be breezy. It'll be wet at times in the Atlanta metro area Sunday evening and into Monday as the system slowly spins by to our south. So not an all-out soaker for us. I think most of us are going to pick up less than ½ an inch of rain from this system. Best chance of getting more than that is south of Atlanta, and you might get even less than that as you go north of the city. Atlanta's most accurate 7-day forecast with those first alerts late in the weekend and early next for your Monday morning commute, but drier likely by later in the day, and then a decent stretch in the midweek. High temperatures upper 50s, low 60s with dry skies from Tuesday through Thursday.
Sounds good to me, Fred. Thank you. A Georgia family's rental home overrun by bats. You see them flying right there in front of the camera? Live at 5, their ongoing fight to get back in their own beds.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Well, here's a look at what's coming up tonight in prime time. You can catch breaking news, the day's big headlines, and Atlanta's most accurate forecast on Atlanta News First at 7 and 11.
Tonight's primetime lineup is sponsored by Barty. For your local 24/7 home experts, call Barty.
The Hawks are live on Peachtree TV in a battle with the sun. Don't miss a second of the "Oh No He Didn't" action. Friday night at 7 on Peachtree TV.
The BrandsMart Bowl Sale is going on now. This Samsung 4-piece stainless steel kitchen package is $19.99 after rebates. Or take home this Bose soundbar for a low $229. Only at BrandsMart USA.
For generations, working people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Now get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
The Rooms to Go Kids Bed Sale ends Monday. Big on savings with beds on sale starting at $175. Space, save money on storage and bookcase beds. Love upholstered beds? They're on sale too. Choose bunks and lofts in style after style. So many beds at great sale prices. An amazing selection of the coolest looks, colors, and designs. Hurry! The Rooms to Go Kids Bed Sale ends Monday.
JP Morgan Wealth Management knows it's easy to get lost in investment research. Get help with JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David, ready to get started?
Work with advisors who create a plan with you and help you find the right investments.
So great getting to know you. Let's take a look at your new investment plan.
Okay, great.
This should have you moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Jen.
Get ongoing advice and manage your investments in the Chase mobile app.
Spring is right around the corner, and at West Shore Home, we're preparing for the big remodeling rush. Right now, I'm helping our customers beat that rush and get their dream bath installed as soon as possible. Our average lead time for bath remodels is just 3 weeks. Plus, if you give us a call now, I'm offering huge discounts on all projects. It's our 1-week flash sale. That means 12 months of no payments and no interest. Plus, I'm going to take $1,500 off every bath remodel. Don't miss out. This offer ends on Sunday. Call in now and lock in this offer. Our new cutting-edge 3D scanning tool, paired with our custom design app, allows us to gather hundreds of measurements in seconds and allows you to envision what your new dream bath is going to look like. Give us a call now for your free in-home estimate, and when you do, you'll lock in this great offer. Now, or visit westshorebath.com to lock in flash sale pricing.
Lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly clear. Widespread frost. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the lower 30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows in the upper 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. A surface low is expected to develop and trek along the Gulf Coast over the weekend. As a result, rain is expected to overspread the area late Saturday through Sunday. There is a chance of some minor flooding across the area on Sunday due to the wetter soils which resulted from the very wet January. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 5:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 5 p.m. Atlanta, it was partly sunny. 63 degrees, dew point 30, relative humidity 28%. Wind west at 7 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.05 inches and steady. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was partly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Marietta, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Mableton, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind northwest at 5 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was mostly sunny, 58 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 8 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was mostly sunny, 57 degrees, wind southwest at 5 miles an hour. Macon, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind west at 7 miles an hour. Columbus, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was partly sunny, 61 degrees, wind calm. Rome, it was mostly sunny, 60 degrees, wind west at 3 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was partly sunny, 59 degrees, wind calm. Asheville, it was partly cloudy, 57 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour. Augusta, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind southwest at 6 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was mostly sunny, 55 degrees, wind south at 8 miles an hour. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. Temperature falling into the mid-50s in the afternoon. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, windy. Partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, showers likely. Highs in the upper
Hi there, I'm Justin Farmer. Now here's what we know. The shooting happened about 1:30 this afternoon on the McEachern's school campus, that's Powder Springs. Minutes later, officers from several different agencies just swarmed the area.
And just after the shooting, the school sent out this message to parents, alerting them to the situation and letting them know the campus was secure.
Now, because the campus is a crime scene, students were escorted to a nearby church where they boarded school buses and were reunited with parents. Many of you watched this all unfold live on Channel 2 Action News at 4.
We have live Team 2 coverage tonight, beginning with Channel 2 Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell. Michelle, we know that the 2 people hurt are not students.
They are not students, and we are right across the street from the high school. A much different scene out here now. This empty school parking lot was filled with police as students were inside the school as it was on lockdown. A parent told me she was texting back and forth with her son while he was in the school basement. Police telling us this was never an active shooter situation. Everything happened in the school parking lot. Now, during that time, videos began to circulate on social media. In the first video, you see at least 9 people in the school parking lot. 2 people began fighting. Some appear to be wearing hoodies and masks. A deputy shared this video with me. In another video that's posted on Facebook, you see the same group in the parking lot. Shots are fired. Someone falls to the ground. We know 2 people were shot. They are not students. They were taken to the hospital. News Chopper 2 captured the massive scene as the school was in code red. All of this happening before 2 o'clock. A number of police agencies responding, including district police. Police say they've identified some of the young suspects. They don't know if there was one shooter or more. Obviously a fluid situation. Now, I spoke to a student who managed to leave campus right after the shooting. She told me she was texting back and forth with her friends who were inside the school, frantic as this was all happening.
The cops are just running, they're running by and they're like, everybody leave, get out of here, like go wherever you can, just get out of here.
You always see it on the news. We see incidents like this on the news and you never think that it'll be your child calling you.
And back out here live, you can see the school, everything's secure. Cobb County Police Chief Stuart Van Hooser spoke this afternoon and explained how you never expect to get a call like this. He praised all of the agencies involved. We also heard from Cobb County school districts as well. Obviously, a very tragic situation out here as all of this was happening. But right now, police are really focused on who's responsible for this and really the next steps. I just spoke with police not too long ago. They tell me right now at this hour they are following several leads. We're live from Cobb County. Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
And we all want those answers, Michelle. Thank you. Now, we talked to parents who picked up their kids at a nearby church. Some said this incident makes them uncomfortable sending their kids to the school. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in Cobb County. Tom, a parent told you about getting what sounds like a frightening call from her child about the shooting.
Yeah, Linda, frightening to say the least. That parent says it was nerve-wracking getting that phone call from her daughter that there was a shooting at the school. She rushed here from work. While she was doing that, she says her husband was an hour away and couldn't get here fast enough. Many of the parents who gathered in this church parking lot told me that it was a good thing that their children had cell phones to call them and let them know what was going on, because they said initially they couldn't get through to the school.
Can you imagine being at work and you get this call?
Parents of students at McEachern High say getting the phone call about a shooting on your child's campus is super stressful. Amanda Newsom told me the incident left her child shaking in fear.
His anxiety. Last time, back in December, the same thing happened.
She said that's when 2 guns were found on campus.
They're going to open up the church if you use the bathroom.
We were at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, where parents were directed to gather for instructions to pick up their students.
It's been several incidents with guns and, fighting.
Many were concerned about the guns and number of violent incidents at the school.
The campus need to be really secure.
Every parent I talked to had seen video of the shooting. They say it's being passed around on social media. Alicia Ash says it's all too much, and she doesn't feel comfortable with her daughter at the school.
I'm so ready for her. She's her senior year. I'm just really ready to just say, look, the last couple months, just stay home.
And the parents knew their children weren't physically harmed and were safe at the school, but they were more concerned about the emotional damage something like this does to young people. They say shootings like this on campus takes a toll on so many, and that's why they want the school district to get this issue under control. We're live in Cobb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
And just the fear and concern moving forward. Hopefully the parents can get all the answers they need about safety. Tom, thank you. We'll count on Channel 2 Action News to bring you any updates on this breaking news on air and online at WSBTV.com.
Now to a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. A manhunt still underway for an inmate who was mistakenly released from the Clayton County Jail. 30-year-old Zion Shaka now charged with murder and should have been transferred to Fulton County from Clayton County. Investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln live in Clayton County tonight. So Ashley, you spoke exclusively with the sheriff about how this could happen.
Yeah, the sheriff broke it all down for us, Justin, in the last hour. He says, simply put, his deputies didn't follow protocol by not following this court-issue order, resulting in that inmate being able to walk outside of this jail. Now they're telling us they are investigating and they're reviewing policy.
A lot of us is not safe, especially now that we have a murderer on the loose.
It's a mishap that led to murder suspect Zion Shaka being mistakenly released from the Clayton County Jail.
I definitely would like to know exactly how did this happen.
Jail reform advocate Tanel Davis has been critical about the handling of inmates inside of Clayton's jail. She says this latest incident is something she never expected.
What went wrong? That's what we need to know.
Fulton County Sheriff's Office transported Shaka from the Fulton County Jail to Clayton County court hearing. And instead of deputies transporting him back to Fulton County, he was released and allowed to walk out of this jail.
Why hasn't there been an announcement to the public to be on the lookout for this individual?
Prior to it going out publicly, we wanted to make sure that we didn't interfere with any investigation that both Clayton fugitives and Fulton fugitives were doing.
Allen says Shaka was transferred to the jail on January 21st and released the next day.
We should have known to send the inmate back to Fulton.
I went through Shaka's Clayton County case and discovered he violated a 2015 issued probation on a simple battery charge after getting charged with murder in Fulton County. Court documents indicate Shaka was loaned to Clayton County by Fulton for that probation violation hearing. After that hearing, Allen says documents show his deputies called Fulton County to ask if Shaka was their inmate. He says they were told he was not Fulton County's. But even with that answer, Allen says because they had this court order, it instructs deputies to send Shaka back to Fulton. In obtained two, it also clearly states this inmate will be boarded in your facility only and not to be released.
That shouldn't have happened, and that's something that internally that we are investigating.
And Sheriff Allen says they have not made any disciplinary actions at this time because that investigation is ongoing. He wanted to double down. They are reviewing and plans on strengthening policies to make sure this doesn't happen again. Reporting live tonight in Clayton, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
We'll stay on top of the manhunt for that missing inmate. Be sure to count on Channel 2 Action News to bring you the updates as this story develops, also at WSBTV.com.
Supporters of sports betting both won and lost. Today, the state Senate passed it, but approved it in a way that makes getting it through the General Assembly much more complicated. Channel 2's Richard Elliott is live at the state capitol with why sports betting could now need Georgia voter approval. Richard.
Yeah, that original sports betting bill, it's going to be, relatively speaking, an easy vote, one vote per chamber. But now that it involves a potential constitution, that's really two votes per chamber, 2/3 majority in each chamber, and then it could go to Georgia voters.
We have been arguing for a constitutional amendment for years.
Athens State Senator Bill Cowser changed everything Thursday when he successfully amended the sports betting bill, so it now requires a constitutional amendment to become law. That means 2/3 majorities in both the House and Senate and voter approval.
Well, I'm not surprised. A lot of us feel very, very strongly that it's unconstitutional to try to circumvent the voters, to call this a lottery game.
Beaufort State Senator Clint Dixon didn't think that amendment was necessary. His version would have put sports betting under the direction of the Georgia lottery as just another lottery game, so no statewide vote would have been needed. The state would grant 16 licenses, including 5 to Georgia's professional sports teams, along with Augusta National, the PGA, and NASCAR. This complication complicates things.
I'm not disappointed. I mean, for any time that we can ever put something out on a referendum to let the voters vote for it, that's probably the free thing we disappointed about that.
While the bill has bipartisan support and will need it to get by a 2/3 vote in both chambers, evangelicals still oppose it, calling it government fraud.
This state-sponsored predatory gambling, it's legalized fraud.
Some Republican lawmakers feel the same way, which is why the bill's sponsor is going to need that widespread bipartisan support to get this through the House. We are live at the state capitol. Richard Elliott, Channel 2 Action News.
High clouds moving in now. These aren't rainmakers. I'll take you through the timeline when some wet weather on the way arrives. Coming up. A 12-year-old boy has permanent damage after a classmate stabbed him in the insole.
They were able to save his eye, but the long-term damage is still unknown.
The school's response that has the child's mother furious tonight.
I'm Audrey Washington here in the city of South Fulton. This is where police detained 19 people from home right here after they got calls about shots fired in the backyard. I'll have the latest.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
I'm Channel 2's Justin Farmer. You know there's always someone out there trying to take advantage, cut corners. But these two make sure you don't fall for the tricks. Channel 2 Action News consumer advisor Clark Howard watching your money. I'll show you how to get the best deal. Consumer investigator Justin Gray watching your back.
We've been investigating this for months, so it won't.
All new warnings to protect yourself. All new advice to save you money. Channel 2 Action News. Join us at 4, 5, and 6.
Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. Injured, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Largest injury law firm for the people.
There's the guy who said his trade-in was in perfect condition.
Well, what do you think?
Well, let's see here. Looks pretty nice on the outside. Got a teeny tiny scratch right there, and whoa, game changer. You didn't tell me that you had WeatherTech floor liners?
Of course. I also have the cargo line seat protector.
I mean, the carpet looks brand new.
So what do you think of my trade-in now?
Huh, way up.
Thought so.
Protect your investment. Your American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
It's happening now through Monday at Rooms to Go. Pick from 100 beautiful rooms, each under $1,500. Picture it, your home, fully furnished in your style, with living rooms under $1,500, dining rooms under $1,500, bedrooms under $1,500. So many stylish options, each under $1,500. And it gets even better. Finance for $30 or less per month, interest-free for 50 months. Furnish your home to perfection now through Monday at Rooms to Go.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2024. Friday, May 10th, State Farm Arena. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Cheap Trick. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at heart-music.com. Heart with Cheap Trick live, produced by Zero Mile AEG Presents.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
Popeye's new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something, or you just order something.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
19 people are now in custody, police custody, after officers responded to shots fired call in the city of South Fulton. Happened at a home on Orley Terrace. That's not too far from Old National Highway. Channel 2's Audrey Washington now live in the city of South Fulton. And Audrey, police told you that they have been called to that place before.
Right. They told me they've received a number of complaints about this home. If you look here behind me, you can see that there are a number of cars here in the front yard and also some trash on the grass, as well as trash underneath that carport over there. Now, police told me that they went in today. They took out a number of evidence bags, all while those 19 people detained remained at the police station.
When I walked out and saw this, I said, oh, let me wait and see what's going on.
Several neighbors stopped to watch this wild scene unfold in the middle of their quiet neighborhood Thursday morning. City of